Hey inky friends, it's Bailey from the Fountain Pen Ink Station, coming at you from Minnesota. I hope everybody is doing well, day or night, where you're at. I wanted to share a couple pen ink friend packages I got. So, hang on tight, grab yourself a drink. I got my trusty latte. Grab yourself a drink, let's cozy in, friends. Give me a second to get organized. Okay, friends, I got a couple of packages. I have a pen pal that we exchange frequently letters and ink samples. So I got some small ink samples to share from this person. And then I got another ink package from my good friend Mandy, bookish artist Mandy. I'll link her down below. And my other pen friend actually has a channel too where she talks about books. So I will link her down below as well. So I'm going to start with the smaller ones first. And these ones are from my pen friend Jessica. I have a cup of water to my left that you might not be able to see. Although I probably should move it to my right since I am right-handed. Okay, I'm going to be using my Speedball B0 dip nib. This is one I typically use. And then I'm actually going to be using this B6 nib instead of my Pilot Irizushi dip nib. I've been liking this, has a little bit more flexibility, so we're going to keep trying this. I also finally put some nibs in my Kaleido craft holders. So I found this B5 nib. There's like scratches on it. So I might play with that, we'll see. And then I got this new nib in. I think it's called a pumpkin nib. Look at the flex on that. So I probably won't play with it on camera, but I wanted to show that off. And the nib part is super long, so it doesn't even fit in the nib holders traditionally, like they would, like these ones. So I wanted to show those off real quick. She sent me these samples in these little 2 milliliter bottles. You can get a huge pack of them on Amazon. This one is Birmingham Pen Company Galactic Twinkle. I'm gonna shake it. I feel like I have swatched this one, but that's okay. I don't know if I got a lot on there. This nib is really scratchy. You can already see some of the sheen and the shimmer coming through, and it's not even dry yet. Okay, so that's Birmingham Pen Company Galactic Twinkle. I need to grab my cloth real quick. And I like using these flour sack towels. You can get a big pack of them at Walmart or any department store typically that sells cloths. Move my light out of the way. Alright, the next one is Diamine Spiced Apple. I don't know anything about this one. I feel like it's probably from an ink vent, so that would be my guess. And I am using my little clay pen rest that I showed off in another video. If you're interested in it, I can put the channel link below, or the Etsy name below. Oh, that's pretty. I don't write with a lot of red colors, but that is a nice one. And if you're wondering, I 3D printed this. I believe it was a shared model. So if you 3D print and you're interested in this, let me know and I can try to find where I found it. This was not one I designed. And it works great for these 2 milliliter vial holders. All right, and then we're gonna do Montblanc Great Gatsby Green. Another one I'm not sure if I have tried or not. I feel like I got a sample of this from Abby. I'm not entirely sure why I always write larger when I have extra space, but here we are. The next one is Colorverse Cosmic Lime Explosion, and I did get a sample of this before. I've actually been contemplating putting this in I got the Mr. Peepers Banu as a gift from a lovely person. And I know a lot of people are putting the Mr. Peepers ink in it, which is really pretty ink as well, but I wanted it to be different. So I might do this one. Let's see if I can not make it as big. It's a little better. All right, and I have 2 more left from this person. Sailor Hesei Pop. And sorry for my neighbor's dogs. Okay, let's try this again. Sailor Hesei Pop. I believe this was from one of the Junior Prophet sets. I did look up online that it could be really close to Sailor 237, so when we're done I'll see how that compares. I'm really sorry about my neighbor's dog. It is a very yappy dog. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I have to run to an appointment, so I'm gonna have to just finish this and then come back. This does look like a lot like Sailor 237. So if anybody knows or confirms that, let me know. And I will compare it to as when we're done and I'm back from my appointment. I am getting really, really irritated with this Hobonichi paper. I have several friends who are also experiencing the same thing. Jane over at Jane Williamson, she's got the horses. And then somebody else just complained too about theirs. So, and these are, oh, maybe it was Ink Splat Manda. Or I can't remember exactly who. But this is the new Hobonichi, or so they said. And nothing but issues. So I'm going to show you when I'm done swatching these ones, my plan. And this, oh, sorry friends, this is the Wearingeul, the Sense and Sensibility. I think this was an exclusive. When I find it, I will let you know. It's an exclusive to a store, but it's from Jane Austen. Okay, you guys see how that's feathering? So my plan is to maybe swatch it. I have a new one notebook, and this is the Good Inkpressions, and I want to say it's, what does it say? And I took, of course, took the, okay, I'll say I took out the paper, but 68 GSM, and I got this in dot grid. So I think I'm gonna start swatching it in this one. And I actually might start with, that's ridiculous. my brain's drawn a blank. Manda's samples. So we'll let these dry and then we'll come back and do these. But my lighting is going to be different because I have to go to my appointment, and I'm just going to combine the two videos. So I'll be back, friends. So far out of these, I think my favorite is probably Sense and Sensibility, but I'm also surprisingly really liking this Diamine Spiced Apple. I have liked this one and this one already. Well, the 237. Again, I'll have to see if it's the same, but these two I already like. But out of the new ones that I have tried, I would say this Sense and Sensibility, minus the feathering, which is not at all fault of the ink, and then the Diamine Spiced Apple. So I'll let these dry, and then I'm gonna swatch. I'm gonna start to set this up, and then we'll swatch Amanda's inks, and then we'll kind of go over them all together. How does that sound, friends? I'll be back. Okay, friends, we're back. We're gonna start swatching Mandy's inks, and then we'll kind of go over the colors and see what we have. I'm gonna start swatching the bottles of ink first. Mandy had extra bottle of Queen and Castle for Ferris Press, and I've been wanting to try it. It's a nice, I think it's like a yellow brown with some shimmer in it. And I'm sorry for the lighting, kind of fighting the afternoon sun again. Oh, Queen and Castle. I almost put Queen and, or Queen of Castle. That's really pretty. It reminds me of the Kobe, that one I did for 30 Inks 30 Days that I was surprisingly in love with. It looks like that, but with shimmer. That is really pretty. Thank you so much, Mandy. I love this so much. This is really, really pretty. I really like that one. I'm really surprised. And the next one is Lunar Black from Colorverse. And if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of the colorvent inks. And I had wanted to try it, and she gave me the bottle. And I want to say it's a sheeny black, which I love. But let's just swatch it and see what it looks like. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I will say I was really surprised with the colorvent this year. To the point where I would consider actually getting it next year. Oh my god, I love this so much. Oh, I cannot wait for that to dry. Okay, now we're going to do the bottles. She was very generous and gave me a ton of samples. So the first one we're going to do is Colorverse Polar Night. And I think this was from the ink vent from this last year. Why is it when I swatched it immediately I thought of Birmingham Pen Company's Sterling Silver? I really gotta move my water cup. This is inconvenient. Look at that green. Oh, I love it. And if I remember right, this one did not make it to the final 3. I'll have to double check, but I don't think it did. I know Follow the Water was one. Erebus Crater, and then I can't remember what the third one was. I am drawing a blank on that one. The next one is Colorverse Golden Airglow, and I know nothing about this one. So if I can find out, I'll put it in the description, or I will just, when we're reviewing it, I'll go over it. I'll see what I found out. Okay, come on now. I'm gonna be really sad if this was a colorvent that didn't go through. Oh, that's pretty. Holy cow. I think so far I like all of these. Oh, oops. My water is so shimmery. That is fun. I didn't even realize there was shimmer in that. I should have figured if it's an Airglow. Okay, that was Colorverse Airglow. And then next one is Kobe Kawaii Syrup Honeyberry. That looks really fun. Know nothing about this ink either. Except for the fact that I probably will like it. That looks like the tea berry from Birmingham Pen Company, but more pink. Wow, that is pretty. Pretty and bright. Oh, I think this is the one I had told my husband I wanted to try. And I showed him a picture and he's like, holy cow, that is bright. It's bright, but look how pretty that is. Oh, I forgot to do the lid. And sometimes when they dry, they're a little bit more muted, so that's really pretty. Oh my gosh. The next one is Kobe Munghwa Purple Pink. She gave me some really good inks that I've not heard of or have been wanting to try. I don't know why my speedball knee is so scratchy. I'm gonna try doing what Aziza had said about washing it with some Dawn dish soap. See if that helps, but quite scratchy. I have a cloth off to my side that I'm just wiping these off with after I rinse them. Oh, this one's doing something fun. Alright, I gotta spell this. Munghwa Purple Pink. Alright, I'm just trying to think if I could fit one more at the bottom. I know sometimes, and I see them not even on, sometimes I cram them in and then it's hard to see. Move this up. There you go, friends. Sorry. I'm gonna let these dry and then we'll come back and do the rest. Okay, friends? Okay, friends, we're back. Let's get going to the next page. I'm using some light. Yes. Why is this pigeon judging us? Again, this is from Kaleidocraft. Judgy penguin. I love it so much. Alright, get my clampy. Alright. Alright, I forgot where we left off. Kobe Munghwa Purple Pink. So, okay. Next is Tono Limbs Nagasaki Passion. Looks like another pink that I'm probably going to really like. I have loved every single one of these so far that I've swatched. This is... my wish list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh no, yes, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, okay. Oh, I swear she knows me so good. Okay, I'm gonna put my little pen rest closer to me. I don't know why, I gotta make my life so hard sometimes. Anybody else do that? Ooh. Have to wipe that off. Oh no! Of course, I don't know where my blotter paper is. I just bought some too, didn't I, friends? Or just use my cloth. Okay, Nagasaki Passion. Oh, this paper's driving me nuts. I love tumble river paper. I just wish it did not have so many issues. Let me open this a little bit more. Try to figure out what's causing the... There we go. My coffee was causing it to be darker. Okay, the next is Tono Limbs La Campanella. Campanella? And friends, I don't know, I think I had said this before, but if you take your nib out and then just lightly spray this with some Dawn Power Wash, it cleans it off so well. I've tried cleaning it with other stuff and it doesn't work as well as that. Ooh, this is for pretty ink. Do you guys hear how scratchy that B0 nib is? What is going on? I might grab my other one here to see how that one is. I did find it. I still have not found my Sailor Hikoro dip nib. No clue where it could have gone. And if you hear my air conditioner, I apologize. Okay, La Campanella. That's a pretty ink. The next one is Tono and Limbs Deep Space Sakura Supernova. I've been really excited to try this one. I have a couple other Deep Space. I think I have no, that's Super Contact Tessar. I can't remember what other Deep Space I have. I do have another one, but in a sample, and I love it. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my god. Actually, do my lid. I am gonna grab my other one. If I don't bump the camera. We'll see how this one does. And yes, there is 3 E's in Deep Space. Sakura, I did not give myself enough room. See, I always write way too big if I have a lot of space. Next one is... Oh, did she give me 2 of these? I'm assuming they're the same. Wonder if that was intentional. I won't swatch this one, just in case. But the next one is Tono Limbs Earth Contact Burma Tourmaline. There's a shimmer, like this one is Shimmertastic. Look at that. That reminds me of one of those vintage inks I swatched recently. Oh, this reminds me of the Vinta one. Whoa, okay. I have really fallen in love with Tono Limbs ink. I really like the series they've been coming out with. Um, the one that was like the puddle line, I think that's where it hooked me. I loved the like the shading in the ink. The shimmer was not super crazy. This one's Ostrich ink, Sakura Snow. Yeah, this nib is better than the other one. What the heck? Alright, I'll have to clean the other one off and see if that helps. Ostrich ink is a really good brand. I know so-and-so carries them. And you can also find them on AliExpress. It's just a little harder to navigate on AliExpress, but you can find them on there. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, Mandy, I'm gonna need like all of these. The next is Fanyantan Springs Blank Canvas. And this is another one, same scenario. You can find it on so-and-so, but also you can find it on AliExpress. It's just harder to navigate. I love this kind of ink. This reminds me of the Ink Institute Cat at Noon. Love that ink. And then the last one is Kitty Ink Pot Lost Rose. I feel like I swatched this or had gotten a sample of it, but we're gonna do it again. I want to say I did, but I don't know without looking back. Oops, I forgot to swatch the lid. And their inks are a lot more, like the Fanyantan and Ostrich are a lot more lubricated, so they're wet. I like putting them in drier nibs because they work pretty well. They can be kind of gushers. Okay. Alright, we're gonna let these dry and come back. I'm losing my light still, so hopefully I can get back here and we can look at them before the sun goes down. So, I'll be back, friends. Okay, friends, I have to swatch a couple more Wearingeul cards. My lighting was horrible yesterday afternoon, so we're going to just swatch a few more while I have some light. So we're going to do some of Jessica's, the Diamine Spiced Apple, and Wearingeul Sense and Sensibility. So let's get swatching to this. Might speed it up. Okay. All right, we're going to let these dry, and then we'll take a look at all of them, okay? I have so many cards. Okay, so the ones on the left over here are from Jessica. A couple of these I had already swatched prior because I had samples of them, like the Great Gatsby, so this is an older card of mine. And then these are all from Mandy. So I'm going to move these ones off to the side. There's so many of them. Okay, so this is an older swatch card. When I had ran out, I had found a stamp, and I used permanent black stamp pad to stamp it, and then just colored over it. And then we have Birmingham Galactic Twinkle, Colorverse Cosmic Lime Explosion, Diamine Spiced Apple, Sailor Hesei Pop, and Wearingeul Sense and Sensibility. So I do think 237 and Hesei Pop are the same, because when I searched Hesei Pop, that actually came up. So, and I mean, they're pretty similar. So that's good to know. And this is not being discontinued, if I remember right, so you could still get it. So I'll put that off the side. That was a good close one. Okay, look at the mess. All right, so for Cosmic Explosion, all right, there is a subtle shimmer in my sample. Looks like a green shimmer. The closest is probably a Diamine Kelly Green, with Meadow being a close second. And the good thing about Diamine inks is they are super affordable per milliliter, so I think if you like this color green and don't need the shimmer, you could do Diamine Meadow or Kelly Green. And if you wanted shimmer, you could add a shimmer additive. So Pannonia has shimmer additives, and Wearingeul also has shimmer to additives. So check those out. I didn't have anything close to Sense and Sensibility. The two that I had, Wearingeul Tom Sawyer, and then London Toolbar Ghost Plant. This one leans more green. This one's pretty close, but there's more shading and more interest in the Sense and Sensibility. And again, if you want this, you'd have to go to a goldspot. And then Monbtlanc Great Gatsby reminds me of California Teal from Monteverde, but also Birmingham Company Aqueduct is more green. I'm going to have to re-swatch this on one of my Wearingeul cards, I think. I don't have anything similar to this because I don't have a lot of blue shimmer sheening inks. But the base is pretty close to Kobe 14 Myolapas Lazuli. And it's very similar to KWZ Azure and like Walks Over Vistilla. I don't have a lot of reds, so the only thing I found that could be similar is this Colorverse Rose Festival, which is the Oregon, but without shimmer. And I'm sure there's more. I don't have a lot of red in my inventory. So let me pull out the samples for Mandy and we'll go through those. Okay, the first one is this Queen and Castle. It's very close to Colorverse Brain, but more yellow. It's very close to Akashi Museum Gold, which we had saw that in my 30 Inks 30 Days. Citrus Black is a little, well, actually, that's pretty close to, friends. And then Kobe 22 Shinkai Gold. It is similar, but this is more yellow. I do like this one more, so I'm happy to have a bottle of it. Thanks again, Mandy, for sending me that. And then we're gonna do our blacks. I don't have that many of those. Okay, so it's very close to the other blacks that I have, but it's different. Colorverse Lunar Black doesn't have that crazy sheen like Three Oysters Night Black does. I love this ink, and I only have a sample of it, and it's been out of stock for a long time. So I've been hoarding this sample. Black Pearl from Birmingham Pen Company is similar to this, but those are different than this. This has KWZ Warsaw Dreaming, also has a sheen. Can you see that? And then, but the base is more blue, whereas this is more gray with some purple. So again, I'm glad to have that bottle. Thank you, Mandy. Okay, so let me clear this off a little bit. So for Colorverse Polar Night, the only thing I had that was really similar was a Dominant Industry Les Nymphes Matin. But you can see it's a little darker and grayer. I actually didn't have anything else, so that's pretty unique. And then we have Kobe Mahanga Purple Pink. I would say the closest is Colorverse Night of Myrtle. That's South Carolina, so sorry, can't read my handwriting. It's darker. And then we have Dominant Industry Sunset. In the writing, it's very close, but darker. Even darker, we would have Sailor Ink Studio 150. And then more blue, Blurple, Troublemaker Milky Ocean. Probably not very close. So I would say the closest is probably these two, with that being a close adjacent, if you can't find this. And then we have, oh, I forgot Ink Institute. Shenongdong Smelter. It's more brown grayish, but has some similar properties. Yeah, I might have to get a full bottle of this. Okay. And then I could not find my sample of the one I recently swatched. Yeah, the Svinta the Maiden. I did not do a swatch card for that, and I'm about out of swatch cards, and I'm waiting for more to come in. So when I said I made a purchase, I had to get more swatch cards. So Vinta the Maiden is very, very close to this Tono and Limbs Earth Contact Burma Tourmaline, if you like that. Colorverse. Did I do Afterglow? Oh, I know. I said I didn't have anything close to Afterglow. That's right. Tono Limbs Nagasaki Passion. When I saw that, I immediately thought maybe Mittens. And Mittens is a little bit darker in the swatch, but that is very close. So that's good to know, because I do want this, but if I can't get it, this is pretty close. Originally I thought maybe Inkabara Fairy Tale Pink, but this is a lot lighter. And then Rose Quartz is a lot brighter too, from Pelikan Edelstein. So I would say if you want this ink, I would say Diamine Mittens if you can't get this. I only had one similar to Kitty Inkpot Lost Rose, and that's Inkybara Pale Violet. Inkybara is a really good, affordable ink company, and you can usually get these at Vaness, but I know Vaness has been out of stock of a lot of their Inkybaras. Otherwise, you'd have to go to like Dino Rights, which is out of Australia. But that's, I would almost think those are the same ink. And then we have Kobe Hawaii Honeyberry syrup, Kawaii syrup honeyberry. I think the only thing I found was a bright Andrelium roseate spoonbill pink. And then I got these all out of order now. Tono Limbs Deep Space Sakura. I don't have anything super similar. Kobe Strawberry Chocolate's close. And I'm not sure if these, you know what I should do? I should probably test this B6 out with my Pilot Irizuchu dip nib, because this has probably got a wider, oh, I didn't rinse off very good, a wider, why can I, words are not working. This has a wider writing experience, so it is pretty close. Wearingeul 12th Night is close, but there's shimmer. And it's a little bit darker. I had nothing similar to Tono Limbs La Campanella, but that's only because I don't have a lot of colors in this color family. Ostrich Sakura Snow. Again, I don't think I have anything super similar. The closest is going to be that Inkybara Fairy Tale Pink, but that's brighter. And Pilot Irizuku Hanakata is even brighter. You see the color difference? This is more orange. And then this Fanyantan Spring Blank Canvas is interesting. I don't have anything like it. It's similar to Sailor Manyo Sakura, but not the same. And it's similar to Ink Institute's Cat at Noon, but a little darker in the writing though. It's, yeah, in the writing it's closer. Can you see that? But different in the swatch. So some very, very interesting inks. I can't wait to put some of those in a pen. Let me know, friends. Okay, sorry. Let me know, friends, which ones of these you liked or have a bottle of and recommend. I definitely put this on the wish list. I don't shop at Goldspot very often, but I would like to get more of that if I could. I have a bottle of 237. This one I'm contemplating because I have some inks like that I could add shimmer additive. Not going to get a bottle of that because we already talked about that. I don't love Montblanc's inks because of how expensive they are. So I think I have enough in that color and I don't use it a lot that I won't need a bottle. I don't write with red a lot, so I don't think I'll get a bottle of that. I'm glad to have a bottle of Queen and Castle and Lunar Black. I definitely want to get a bottle of Polar Night. I will enjoy what I have for Golden Airglow. I don't think I need a bottle of Honeyberry. I don't think I need a bottle of Munghwa Purple Pink. I'm still leaning towards the two tonal limbs I talked about. This is very fun. If I can get a bottle of the Sakura Snow next time, if I do a so-and-so order, if I can find it, I would love that. I think my Ink Institute Cat at Noon is close enough for this to satisfy this color. And I do have another sample of this. So yeah, friends, let me know which ones were your favorites. This video was quite long thanks to the color comparisons, but you have all said that you like seeing them, so I'll keep doing them. Just know that it tacks onto the video a little bit, and I will add chapters in there so you can skip through. So yeah, friends, I hope everybody has a great day or night wherever you're at, whenever you're watching. Remember that you matter and that to give yourself grace and to keep going and keep your head up and keep strong. You're stronger than your thoughts are, okay, friends? I will see you in the next video. Bye!